in the 2010 midterm elections, we lost every single statewide race in Alabama. Most of them overwhelmingly. Most of them by a margin of 60 to 40. What the hell happened?
And we got beat because the Republicans had a single message throughout the state of Alabama. I don't care where you were from or what office you were running for. It was Democrats have been in control for 136 years. Give us a chance. And I'm paraphrasing what they were saying. But we never defined who we are as Democrats. We should have just come up with 1, 2, 3 issues or something that we stand for, accomplishments throughout the years, because we've done a lot. But we never told them who we are. We never talked about what we've accomplished. We were just really trying to, oh, we have video. I was going to use the A word. We were trying to save our butts. Districts. And we did everything we could, and I'm talking collectively now as Democrats, to stay away and be from being connected with President Obama. As successful as this president has been in certain areas, certain Democrats, and I'm gonna go ahead and just, for me, I need to do this. And when I came in the door, I said, I just got to do that. The elephant in the room with the Democratic Party is race. It's a big issue. And white Democrats did not want to be aligned with that president. We heard it over and over again in private settings. How is this video going to be used?
Merika is exactly right in that the Democratic Party in Alabama is never going to be stronger until we deal with the issue of race. I spent the last year of my life traveling around the state, right in the middle of it. And I tell you what, it was shocking, the things that I heard and the things that I saw. And it really, it kind of set me aback that's the state that I live in. To me, the greatest problem with the Democratic Party right now is that we've taken every Democrat in the state of Alabama and divided them into little categories. And everybody stays in their little category and nobody wants to work together. And so then we can't have a cohesive message about something like sales tax on groceries, which is something that everybody agrees on. It would have been a fantastic message for this election. But we can't have a cohesive message until everyone gets out of their corners.
We are motivated by fear, and we're motivated by anger, especially in the South. But there's an antidote. If we're willing to work hard and willing to promote the truth and promote better understanding among Democrats first, we have to get our own house in order before we can go out and invite others to come join with us. That we have to make a decision as to where we want to go with the party. Do we want to win elections, or do we want to have important discussions about social and moral and ethical issues and lose elections?
Amen.
Who's the A? Win elections?
The Democratic Party, as it stands today, from what I've discovered, is lacking in message, we lack in money, and we lack in organization. And so before we can go out and recruit new Democrats, we've got to get our house in order. And the way that I believe we get our house in order is I get in my car, y'all get in your cars, and we start working from the ground up. I've never built an organization when I've been working for different nonprofits where you started from the top down. We've got to have a precinct plan. I know this is going to be up to each one of us individually. If we believe we're going to have to put our money where our mouth is, we're going to have to reach out across the aisle of race, of religion, of creed, of disagreements, of disharmony, and we're going to have to say we're going to put that aside until we can map a new future.
I guess to use a football analogy, the way that we lost as a party, and this is a big football state, the entire coaching staff would be gone, the way that Democrats lost. And if I use that analogy, I think we need to start over from scratch because of the way that we lost. And that does not mean that I'm calling anybody's name specifically, just that we need to start over. We've had some folks that have been there for a while, and evidently may have lost touch with what was going on, not only in the state of Alabama, but the rest of the country, as far as messaging and some other things. So with that being said, I hope that the message there is we need to look at our coaching staff, and if we still have people that are part of the previous coaching staff we may need to look at some new coaches across the board.
I'm not on the SDEC, I do not have a vote. If I had a vote, I would vote the entire leadership out, using the football analogy. I don't like to lose. I like to build. We're going to rebuild the local party. We're going to have folks that are captains in every precinct that will identify the Democratic votes, that's going to turn out the Democratic votes. And yes, every Democratic candidate will have that voter ID in 2 years when we get ready to run.
And what I learned after months and months of trying to help win the congressional race in North Alabama was that a lot of the white Democrats in North Alabama are not really Democrats at all. And they haven't been, ever. They're Dixiecrats. They're leftover Southern Democrats, and they were just fine being Democrats until we went and elected a black president. And now they're not.
The committee passes a resolution and say, we want Nikki Steele, and someone else is elected. That in itself is very, very disheartening to the local committee. Some people feel entitled. Some people don't. That's something we've got to look at ourselves and say, did we earn this? Or is it because I'm white or whether I'm black?
I mean, as a party, we have to decide that we're going to get over race before we can expect the voters to do that.